She shoved my autistic daughter into the pool. Just like that. No warning. No hesitation. And I saw it with my own damn eyes. Now let me back up a second. I'd just wrapped a long shift with the sheriff's department. Still had my uniform hat in hand. My shirt clinging to me from the summer heat. I turned the corner near the community clubhouse, expecting a normal day. Instead, I heard a splash followed by a scream that stopped my heart cold. My daughter Ellie was in the deep end, arms thrashing, eyes wide with panic, and standing right there, arms crossed, sunglasses on. Completely unfazed was Patricia, our neighborhood's favorite HOA dictator. I didn't think. I just ran and jumped in, uniform and all. Phone, wallet, badge. Who cares? I scooped Ellie into my arms, pulled her up, and held her close while she sobbed into my soaked collar. People started gathering, confused faces, a few gasps. One kid asked, "Did that lady push her?" I didn't say anything, I just nodded. Patricia? She didn't even flinch. She was blocking the ladder. She said, "I told her to move." She didn't. So I helped. Helped? I tried to steady my breathing, every part of me screaming, "My daughter has autism." Patricia just scoffed. Then maybe she shouldn't be in public pools if she can't follow basic instructions. Now I know the old meth pre-parent. Pre-burnout cop might V handled this with more grace. But standing there, soaked, holding my crying daughter while Patricia played Queen of the Chlorine, all I saw was red. And then she saw it. My badge, half hidden under my drenched shirt. But there, that wiped the smug right off her face. You being law enforcement doesn't mean your kid gets special treatment, she muttered. By now, the crowd had grown. People were filming. A couple of older folks whispered. One woman, a new board member, looked downright nauseous. I sat Ellie on a bench, wrapped her in a towel someone handed me. Her little shoulders were shaking, and she hadn't spoken a word. Then the lifeguard finally arrived. Probably took a while to hear through the walls. I explained everything. Patricia, meanwhile, kept barking that the pool was for everyone and my daughter shouldn't be here if she can't handle it. I wanted to cuff her right then, but I didn't. Instead, I did what we're trained to do, call it in. I contacted a unit from outside my department to avoid conflict of interest. Witnesses gave statements. And yes, some of those phones caught everything on video. That night, back home, Ellie locked herself in her room. Wouldn't come out for dinner. Wouldn't say a word. My wife Carla, when I told her, she didn't scream. She didn't even cry. She just stared and said, "We're not letting this go." The next morning, a letter from the HOA landed on our porch. Said Ellie had caused a disturbance at the pool, that she'd endangered herself, that further violations could mean restricted access. They really tried to spin it. That night was the HOA meeting. And boy, it was standing room only. I showed up in uniform, not to scare anyone, just to make it clear I wasn't here to play politics. Patricia jumped in first, claimed there'd been a misunderstanding, that Ellie had lost her balance, that she'd merely guided her away from the ladder. I stood, looked around the room. My daughter didn't lose balance. She was pushed, and I've got statements, video, and a police report to prove it. That's when a woman in the second row stood up. Soft voice, but firm. I saw it too. Patricia told the girl to move or she'd move her. And then she shoved her. Another man raised his phone. Got the whole thing on video. Patricia's smug smile melted. A younger board member named Jacob leaned into his mic. I moved for a vote of no confidence in Patricia's position. Cue shouting, finger pointing, Patricia yelling about witch hunts and how she was just enforcing safety. But the board voted 4-1. Patricia was out. She slammed her papers on the table and stormed out to silence. Justice, right? Not quite. Couple weeks later, The DA charged her with misdemeanor battery. She took a plea deal, community service, anger management, and a fine. Guess what the HOA did with that money? Installed ramps and rails around the pool, set up quiet hours, added tactile signs and shaded rest areas, all to make it more accessible for kids like Ellie. Patricia? She moved out within a month, sold her house at a loss, packed up at night like she didn't want anyone to see her go. But here's the part that stuck with me. One night, Ellie asked if we could go swimming again. Just us. The pool was mostly empty. We walked in. Slow. She scanned the edges. I held her hand as she eased into the shallow end. Then she smiled. Big, honest, glowing smile. Like the water wasn't scary anymore. Like the weight had lifted. That's the moment I'll remember, not the push. Not the anger. Not even the vote. That smile. That comeback. So tell me something. Was booting Patricia off the board enough? Or should she have faced jail time? What would you have done if it was your child? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because these stories, they matter more when we speak up. And maybe, just maybe, we can make sure the next Ellie never gets pushed in the first place.